Good morning, good evening, happy day to you wherever you are in the world. I am on my 17th day. I'm on the 17th step. Yes, I'm so excited. I gave myself a challenge to show up and level up for myself. And this is the 17th day. I am keeping it pushing. I'm so proud of myself. I'm so excited about everything. I was actually excited to get here today. And that's something different, what I'm learning. At first, all of these 16 days, I'm like, what am I going to say? And now today, there's a shift. Shift happens. And yes, I was like, I cannot wait to get there to tell them. So, welcome to the Fear to Freedom Project. If this is your first time here at the Fear to Freedom channel, welcome. Thank you for coming. Subscribe, like, and leave a comment. And if you are a returning champion, thank you, family. Thank you so much for supporting me. And yeah, because this channel is gonna blow up. I'm just telling you now, it's going to boom, boom. It's gonna blow up. So yeah, stick around. I have so many wonderful things that are gonna happen here. We're gonna be doing a lot of good stuff here. So yes, I'm on my 17th day of the challenge, and I'm just so like I'm stoked. I couldn't wait to get here to tell you what I'm going to talk about today. And that is I took a course yesterday on healing money wounds. Can you believe that? It was given by a sixth generational shaman Durek. And I've been following Shaman Durek for about maybe a year and a half now. When I came back from Panama, somehow, he was introduced to me. So, and I have his book. He has a book called Spirit Hacking. And yeah, he talks to the spirits of the light, spirits of the dark. And so I guess that's what a spirit shaman does. But the things that I have followed him, you know, the strategies that he's given and all of the activations and meditations. He has a meditation app. Man, I'm telling you, life has changed for me. Things happen when you follow him. And yeah, I mean, when you go to his class, like he could just talk to the spirit and say, okay, spirit, why does she da 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 da? And so the spirits come back. So it's very interesting. You should look him up, follow him, get his courses, and they are so affordable for everyone. And that's what we were learning yesterday. I thought I was going to learn something else, and it was absolutely positively more than I could have expected. So we were talking, of course, I took notes, but we were talking about the money wound. So just think about we all desire. Well, I do. I'm not. I don't know what your desires are. So pardon me. I desire to have unending flow of money. I want to have access to a lot of money so that I can do things for people. And so I remember just even saying on my channel, if you look back maybe day 16 or day 15, I was talking about how I want to expand myself because God consciousness, Mother, Father, God is so huge that I want to see, how big I can get. And that's what they were talking about. That's what he was talking about in the class. Like, it's not about having the greatest job or this job that's going to give you all of the money because quite frankly, I'm not going back into an office. I am early retired, and that's what it's going to be. And so yeah, I'm just trusting. I'm like, I have a lot of gifts and talents that could be exchanged for money, any type of prosperity, any type of services that someone else is offering. So this is what we were learning, and we were learning about our wounds. So for instance, my parents stressed education because they, you know, grew up like when my mom was born, my grandfather was just like building a bathroom inside. So that means that my aunties, because my mother is the baby of 12, so that means my aunties and my uncle, they had an outhouse, right? So my grandparents were not able to be formally educated. And so, in honor of that, we were given the message to go to school and go, get education. And I really loved learning. I did. My sister took another track, but she is a business owner. Me, I took the educational track. So I went and got a degree, a bachelor's, a master's, and a doctorate. And so I just love learning. And now that I found out that we're in Earth School, this is Earth School. So I just want to continue to like learn and just grow. And as you grow, you cannot go back, right? I just want to make sure. I've been having conversations with God about like, we can't go back once we ascend, because that was my question. I wasn't able to ask it, but I am going to go to the next class next month because it's going to be a continuation. And I wanted to know like, once we ascend, so in our ascension process, when we ascend, we do we have to come back to repeat like all of this stuff? That should be the point of ascension, like not to be able to come back, because the shaman was talking about how our wounds, um basically, like when we come back to this lifetime and when we incarnate, we're like cleaning up mess from another lifetime. And yeah, so I'm cleaning it up, but I don't want to be coming back though to be cleaning up more mess, all of this cleanup. So yeah, and then once you start to clean up, you start to get creative, and that's what I feel. That's what's going on. And we are to be asking like, I'm so excited. Okay. I am just so excited because I am learning about life and just how to improve myself and expand myself. And it's exciting to me. So, what we should be asking for, and what he said, is to ask to enlarge your container. And that's what I just did. If you go back, I was like, I want to be big. So it's the container. I want container to enlarge so that I can hold more space for others. So it's not about me getting the money so that I can have all the things, right? Because if you think about it, how prosperous are you? There are people on the other side of the world who have nothing, absolutely nothing. I have a bathroom, I have heat, yeah, I have jewelry, I have a car, and I have a home, and I am a resident of Panama. I can go there and live. I have options. And there are people that don't have options today. They just do not. And so that is prosperity. I am already prosperous. I already have an abundant flow of things. And so to think, because my bank account doesn't say, it's holding 250,000, which it will. I love that. But I see it. Yeah, I see the zeros, yo. And so that doesn't mean that I'm not abundant and prosperous. I am so abundant and prosperous. And I was told to like get a dance together. How a dance. Show money, like what would it be like to have the money, to have all of the things that you want, that money, that unending flow of money. What would it like to be like to dance with money? So I got up this morning. As soon as I got up, and one of my sister friends, Esty, and she told me, she lives in Bali, and we were doing some work together, and she told us to add a shimmy to it, like this. Man, I got up this morning. I was shimmying. I was dancing. I was just like, oh my gosh, this is what it feels like to have all of that, flowing in, unending, So, yes, yes, I want to dance with the spirit of money. And I cannot make this up. But a year ago, I was starting to, like, of course, ask questions about money and who are you? And I heard that money is a spirit. So one day when I was meditating, and my ancestors came through, and they were communicating with me, and they were like, tell your story. And while I knew that I was here on earth, but I also felt the presence and I could hear them communicating. So I was like, Mama asked questions. Why would we not? I am the question answer. So I was like, I didn't say it out loud, but I thought like, well, what about money? I want to pay these bills up. And instantly it was like this energy, it was money. And money said, I'm here. I'm right here. And it was like this feeling over me. It was a very joyful, very tickly. And I could tell the difference from the energy from money and the energy from my ancestors. My ancestors were like, it was a lot of them. It was many. It was not one. It was the presence of many. And it was very strong, very regal, very loving, grounded. And money was sort of like playful and tickly. And so I started asking questions in my head like, okay, so you're here. When we going to pay off bills? That is the first thing I said, y'all. Like, we're gonna pay off some bills. And money said we will pay off all of the bills. And yes, and there's some more things that came up with money. And yeah, just money allowing me to see that it is a spirit, and that um it talks to you, is there. And yes, I put some things through the test. I wanted to test it, and fruition came, and money showed up unexpectedly. And also just I had like a really intimate exchange with money. It was in the mirror, and I was just, I can't explain it, but it was a communication. It was a beautiful dance. And I was really asking all the questions because that's what I am, a question asker. And I'm just curious about all of this. So, and I was getting answers, and I remember looking in the mirror and just saying, oh my God, you're so beautiful. And it was like money said back to me, no, you're beautiful. And I was a hot mess. Anybody that knows me knows that I cry a lot. My heart was, I couldn't believe that money was actually speaking to me. It was actually it was communicating with me. So, yeah, I can't make any of this up. I wish I was that clever to come over here and just have all of these things that I would make up. I'm just not. My container is growing. I know that it's growing because of what's happening in my life, around me, the people that are coming into my life. All of that is prosperous. And so, Shaman Durek was saying, what do you really require for abundance and expansion? Ask yourself that. What do you really require? What do you want? Do you really know what you want? Because, in my shallow thinking, I'm like, I want to pay off debt, right? I want no consumer debt. And I know I'm not going to have it. I am not going to have it. It's like gone. I am serious. I'm not going to have it. So I am asking myself, I'm digging deeper and asking myself, that comes to the desires. What do you really want? If you have not seen that, episode, go back. What do you really want? So I have to ask myself, and once your container gets full and big and large, then it's like this dance, this fill it up and then give the excess away. You have what you need. You are prosperous. You're abundant. Don't hoard it all. Don't hide. Hold on to everything. Those are traumas and wounds from the last lifetime. And I don't know what's in your lifetime, last or first. I don't. Honestly, I am not here for that. But so this is what I'm learning, that yeah, we fill it up and then we give the excess away. We fill it up, and as we give the excess away, our container grows so that abundance and more prosperity and all of the things will come in and fill it up, and your container gets larger and larger, and you get to serve humanity from that container, because everybody is not where we are. Everybody's not where you are. And so there are people out here in the world that are suffering, and I just am excited about serving humanity. I really like that. I don't know if somebody else like thinks that's crazy, but I really am excited about serving in a way that would enlarge other people's containers, so that they can know that they have a container, so that they know that they're loved, so that they can heal those traumas, so that they can heal the wounds of their parents. And I love my parents. I promise you, my daddy, he he worked very hard. He did. He worked all the time. He had a great job, and my mom, they worked in the government, so it was good for them. They set themselves up for retirement and things like that. And that's what I was kind of taught to do: go to school, get a job, and then you get to retire after 30 years. And I remember, after graduating from Howard University, grad school of social work, I walked into the Department of Human Services, and I remember there was a lady that was actually leaving out. She had done 30 years, her 30 years of service, and she was retiring. And I remember getting on the elevator and everyone was, congratulating her. And I just remember, like, I ain't working to 30. That sound so far away to me. I was like, I am not doing 30 years. I don't want to do that. Like, is that the only way? I just remember thinking, like, is that the only way that we're going to get somewhere, is to do 30 years? Well, I did 27. I did not do 30, but I did retire early after the 27 years. Yeah, and then what was next? So I am just having a good time with exploring myself, understanding myself, growing myself, expanding my container. And you're going to see this face. You are going to see this face everywhere. You are, because of my intention, because of my heart space, because of what my soul came here to do. And I'm really excited about that. So think about, like, if your parents were telling you, like my daddy was like, money don't grow on trees now. We gotta work. And my dad would have a job and then he would have a second job. He was a hacker. He drove the cab. And my mom, she stayed home with us for a while, and then after she graduated, she went on and just had a great career in the government. And yeah, it was good for them in DC. At that time, because Mayor Berry was the mayor. And so there, they had a great career, and they were able to set themselves up for a really good retirement. So yeah, that's not the case for me. I was a social worker in the school system in Charlotte, North Carolina, because that's where I moved. And yeah, it just wasn't that case. But I don't need that anymore. Like, that's not what I need. I'm looking at something different. I'm taking a different route. And so I had you know those messages in my head to work really hard, get a second job. Sometimes my parents, they dabbled in Amway. I do remember that. So I did a lot of network marketing, and I was always kind of dabbling in that, and I did good in some things, but it tires you out. Like, I'm just not built for all of this, like, hard work. I'm just not. And the way that I understand it, we don't have to work hard. Yes, we have to believe. We have to set intentions. Yes, and we have to believe. We have to know that everything is already here for us. We have prosperity. We are abundant. You are abundant. You are prosperous at all the time. You are. Think about that. What you have already. Think about what you have already and what someone else doesn't have. And I know your bills, you want your bills to be paid and paid off. And yes, so do I. Expand your container. Get up and dance with money. What is it going to feel like for you to have all your bills paid off and you to have a large container with money just flowing in, just coming into it? What is that going to feel like? I got up this morning like, what does that feel like? That's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting. And what do you want to do? How much fun do you want to have with money? What does that look like for you? How could you what does that look like for you to really expand yourself and have like a huge container? And once your container is full, what are you going to do with it, with the community? Are you going to pour back into the community so that we can elevate more people to get to where we are? That's what I'm doing. I love that. I really, really love that. I love that for me, and I love that for the people that are going to benefit from my container being so large. I am so excited today. I really am. I couldn't wait to get here. And that's the shift that's happened. And I pulled some fire ancestors today. The creature of fire and the father of fire came forward. And those are just expansive, like, if I'm in my transformation, the passion is there for me. I am to, just keep going and expand myself. And there's transformation happening. And And yes, I am on fire. That's what I am. I am on fire, and I want you to get on fire. I really do. I do. If this is your first time here, welcome to the Fear to Freedom Project. And if you are a returning champion, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. This is my day 17 of my Showing Up to Level Up challenge, and I am really proud of myself. I am doing this thing. I'm going to day 31, and it gets a little, I'm getting ready to travel, so it gets a little tricky when I'm traveling. I know you all caught me on probably like day 13 or day 14 or something, and yeah, I had to get up. I was rushing. I was tired. My day was jam packed. I was at a retreat, so it gets a little tricky when you're traveling, but bear with me because I'm gonna show up. It doesn't matter if I roll out of bed. I'm coming here to level up for myself. This is for me. I am doing this so that I can grow and expand and trust myself and be proud of myself and listen to my own medicine. That's what I'm doing. I'm listening to my own self. I believe in me. Believe in yourself today. You got this. I'm with you. And I just really thank you. I'm about to get out of here and go play pickleball. Y'all already know. I gotta hit the court this morning and just go bang some balls because I'm just so excited about what's going on. And even in all my excitement, there's life happening around me. My friends have lost loved ones, and there are loved ones that are in the hospital that are just having a deterioration of their body and their health. And so I send you so much love. I do. I send you my heartfelt love and condolences and compassion, and I am with you. And know that death doesn't exist, and we can access all of our loved ones on the other side of the veil, and even the beings and entities that we don't know, the beings of the light that we don't even know, but they are there to support us and guide us. So I send you love. I'm with you always, and that's gonna be my time. I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Peace.